Hello and welcome to Quick Charge. I'm Mikey G, and it's Saturday, January 13th. Tesla has officially launched the new Model 3 Highland refresh in North America, taking orders for deliveries within a month. Last summer, Tesla introduced the new version of the Model 3, which was codenamed Highland, which featured a refreshed design, new backseat screen, ambient light, and more. It was only built at Gigafactory Shanghai and distributed to Europe, Asia, and the Pacific. But now Tesla has announced that they are coming to North America, but a close look at the details shows that the prices have stayed the same, the ranges have stayed the same for the rear-wheel drive version, but interestingly, the top speed has been reduced from 140 to 125 miles per hour. Now, based on the WLTP range calculation in Europe, the new Model 3 is more efficient than the older one, but it's not reflected in the update for the USA. Tesla has updated their public listings for range estimates on other vehicles due to the new EPA rules, and we anticipate the new version will have an update as well. Tesla will shut down its Berlin Gigafactory for about 2 weeks from January 29th to February 11th due to a lack of components as a result of the Red Sea blockade. Reuters reports that Tesla will see significant delays in supply and vehicle parts to its Berlin factory. Without parts to build the cars, this means that the company will shut down most car production starting at the end of this month, while it waits a couple of weeks for more vehicle parts to arrive. On top of that, Volvo is actually in the same boat. Volvo has joined Tesla in stopping its EV production in Europe due to the threats of violence on commercial ships traveling in the Red Sea. Volvo said that it would halt production at its factory in Ghent, Belgium, for 3 days after rerouting the ships. Hertz is starting to sell some of its Model 3s, and they are going for pretty cheap, as low as $14,000 with the used EV tax credit. Back in 2021, Hertz announced an important effort to electrify its fleet, led by a massive purchase of 100,000 Tesla Model 3s. More recently, the company added Model Ys to the order, and the fleet has been growing over the last few years, and reports have come that Tesla vehicles are increasing Hertz's customer satisfaction. Hertz likes to keep the fleet updated, and it is already selling the older Model 3 vehicles. However, there is a little more to the story. Hertz announced that it will invest some of the proceeds from selling back into internal combustion engine vehicles. Hertz had a bad timing with the EV purchase. It bought the fleet of Teslas at the peak prices right before the automaker started to slash them in order to create demand amid the increasing interest rates. Now, this resulted in the value of Hertz's Tesla fleet crashing, but now the company is expected to recognize, quote, approximately $245 million of incremental net depreciation expenses. Now, this related to the sale of the electric vehicles. Now, Hertz argued that it will continue despite the setback. Tesla has reportedly told its production workers that it is increasing their wages amid a push to unionize. Last year, the UAW had a historic win following a strike that earned 25% pay increases from the big three American automakers. Now, following the win, the UAW made it clear that it plans to turn its sights on a few automakers in the U.S., mainly Tesla and foreign automakers who produce with non-unionized workers. Now, according to a new report from Bloomberg, Tesla has told employees that they are getting a new pay increase. Now, the move could be in anticipation of a unionization campaign to convince the Tesla employees to join up and sign a collective bargaining agreement. Tesla also recently told salaried employees that they will not be getting their normal stock compensation following their annual reviews. Tesla has delivered one of the very first Cybertrucks to a customer. They're not a Tesla employee, and it did come with some panel gaps. A rear panel even looks like it's going to fall off, but in the past, Tesla has often been criticized for their fit and finish, but it generally has been accepted that the quality has improved over the years. And with Tesla's latest product, there is at least one speed bump. Tesla has delivered their first Cybertrucks into the hands of people who are not employees, and the fit and finish is very clearly off the mark. In one picture that was posted by the owner to the Cybertruck forum, it looks like the side body panel is literally peeling away from the vehicle's frame. Tesla should be able to fix it, but it is worrying that they would let it go out the door, considering that it was very clearly having a defect. When Tesla launches a new vehicle program, we do expect issues in the early production ramp, but more than that, we do expect delays. It may have been better for Tesla to hold on to the vehicle a little longer before letting it go, because now it has created the impression that we see today. With the new special cash offer, the 2024 Hyundai IONIQ 6 can be significantly cheaper to buy than the Tesla Model 3. Hyundai is offering $7,500 purchase incentive on the IONIQ 6 for 2024, this to replace the tax credit that it does not qualify for in full. Now that's to buy the vehicle and not lease like previous deals. According to Hyundai's website, the 2024 IONIQ 6 trims are all eligible for this cash offer. Hyundai said the lower prices are due to, quote, production efficiencies and scale. And this very well could be the case, because instead of having overstock of inventory, Hyundai Motor Group, which does include Genesis, Kia, and Hyundai, likely placed second place in the U.S. EV auto market behind Tesla. This after a record sales for the year of 2023. The Korean automakers surged past Ford and General Motors, each vying for second place. Torque News estimates that Hyundai sold roughly 96,400 electric vehicles in the U.S., General Motors eking out 72,639, and Ford estimated at 72,608. Now, the numbers aren't official, but it sure seems promising for the Korean auto group. Nissan is once again delaying the start of EV production at its Canton, Mississippi facility. The delay is due to the need to enhance product competitiveness. Now, according to a supplier note viewed by Automotive News, Nissan will begin EV production another 2 months later than expected. This after Nissan already delayed plans by 3 months, announced last year. Now, production of Nissan's electric sedan, called the LZ1F, is slated to begin in November of 2026. The Infiniti EV version of the LZ1E will follow in April of 2027. Now, despite a rocky start, the Nissan Ariya is picking up in the U.S., with 3,765 models sold in the last 3 months of 2023. Nissan may finally be gaining ground in the U.S. EV market, but a wave of new electric vehicles are rolling out this year, meaning that they will have to play catch-up a little while longer. Thanks for watching Quick Charge. I'm Mikey G, and I hope you have a great day.